Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've recorded something on GameMaker, and had a request recently to make a tutorial on how to add lives and how to track lives to your game. So I'm just going to show you a really simple way, just using the built-in features. And this is GameMaker for Mac. So I've got a little platformer I've been working on just a little bit. It's really simple, doesn't have very much added to it right now. If I play it right now, you can see I've got a bear here, left and right works, jump works, and I've got an added little thing. If I push the F key, he goes flying through the air. And if I push the space bar, then he roars. And so right now I want to add some lives. So I've got some timber wolves, some little wolves over here, and I want to have it so that when he runs into those, then he loses a life. So let me show you how that works. So I've added a sprite for a heart. You can create whatever sprite you want for your lives and have them show on the screen. Now there's a couple things we're going to have to do. So first of all, let's go into your main character, and in the create event, so the moment the game starts, the moment my guy is in the game, I want to have it set his lives to a certain amount. So I'm going to drag in set lives, and I'm going to make it equal to 3. Okay. Now, when do you want your lives to go down? I want that to happen when he runs into the wolf. Now I've already created an object for the wolf, but as you can see, there's no events, no actions. That's not actually needed. I have put them in the room though. So what I'm going to do is add an event. This is on my bear, and when he collides with the timber wolf, then I want to reduce the number of lives. So I'm actually going to drag in set lives again, but this time I'm going to make it -1 and make it relative. So relative to what it was, it's going to be -1, so 1 less. All right, so that's all it is. All we need on the object bear. Now you'll probably notice that if I play the game again, you're not going to see the lives. It doesn't show up anywhere, right? So that's a problem. We need to make it show. So let's go back, and I'm going to create an empty object. So I'm going to create an object. I'm going to call it obj lives, and I'm going to add a draw event. Okay. Now if I go down, you'll see a draw tab here. Actually, it's underscore, and the draw lives box is right there. So if I draw that in there, what I'm going to have, so if I can specify my x value and my y value of where do I want to show how many lives I have. I'm going to make it just 30 on my x, 30 on my y. Okay. And now the important thing is, once you've done that, you need to put that object, that empty object, in your room. Notice I don't have a sprite attached. Now I'm going to go into my room and select object lives. Click, you'll see a little question mark because there is no sprite attached to that. So you won't see that. What we will see is the sprite is the word lives and then the number 3. Or not. For some reason that is not wanting to work. I think the part of the problem as well is that I'm using views in mine. So what I have to do is, prior to the X, I need to put view underscore X view plus. I believe that's the variable. And then view underscore Y view. Run that now. There we go. So now it's 30 pixels in, 30 pixels down, and I had to add that view X view because because I'm using views, then it's no longer starting at the point 0, 0 in my top left. So that the nice thing about this is now it will follow, even though my view is scrolling with my bear, lives will stay there. And you'll notice that when I touch the timber wolf, my lives go down like crazy. Now obviously that's a problem. That's not the behavior I want. I want to have it so that it starts over, but I've got one less life. So let's do that now. So back on my collision event, just prior to setting my lives relative to -1, I'm going to drag in this one. This is a jump to start. So that's jumping back to the bear's starting position. So now if I click play, notice I still have 3 lives. I'm going. And now when I touch the wolf, I go back to start and notice my lives is back down to 2. Now that's okay, but if you know, a lot of times I think you'd want a graphical image for your lives, and so in that case, down here, rather than using draw the number of lives, you actually want this one, draw life images. Now again, I'm going to put view X view plus 30. I want the exact same position, but here I'm going to choose a sprite, and I've got my heart sprite there. I'm not going to make it relative because I don't want it relative to where I'm putting that object. It's actually going to, because I want it to be dynamically view X view plus 30. I'm going to delete that one. Now let's see how that looks. And there we go. We've got 3 hearts, 1 for each life. And now watch as I touch a timber wolf, I go down. And that's how you put lives tracking in GameMaker.